All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to me, Matthew, or MJ for short. Welcome back, guys. It's been what 3 months since my last Plan Z upload, and 3 months since actually any uploads. I have been uploading recently on the channel, the shorts and just some short form content. But we're back. It's been a little bit of a while, but I did promises kept. Did finally complete my second Planet Zoo build. Of course, this time it is in sandbox mode. And let me introduce you guys to Oak Acre Zoo. Now, in this video, we're going to do a complete tour of the zoo, and any subscribers that do care, do stick around at the last couple minutes of the year where I actually want to share something with you guys and just maybe just talk a little bit, just talk about the future of the channel, I think. So, first things first, starting out on our little tour, if we first discuss the parking area here. So, this morning is just a nice little parking area added to the zoo. Now, do keep in mind this front area here. I did not build like I was ready to build wanted to build like a mountain or something here. But of course, as you can see, I'm like currently at 90% complexity meter, and I'm just worried that I couldn't complete it in time. However, when I upload this specific build to the workshop I'm planning to do, it will have completely a mountain over here. It's like a small little mountain range. It's not going to be too detailed as the rest of the zoo. But I do expect that if you do care to download the build. Alright, so with that out of the way, we just have some Jeeps and stuff in the parking lot, just for placeholder cars. And then the zoo entrance itself. Now, the zoo entrance, when I was building it first, I wanted to make the zoo like a semi-realistic and modern zoo, as you can clearly see the inspiration here, right? Set in, well, or at least set in or nearby the Yosemite National Park. As you can see, like here, obviously, we have like the specific type. You can see, like you can like notice, you can see like a bunch of the wood paneling and stuff along the zoo. Now, of course, you might wonder where the entrance is. It is over here, hidden away. Just pretend this is like a restroom or something. On the right here, we also have our ticket booths, two ticket booths, and also here you can have a staff room. Everything fits pretty well in, I must say. Because we've got some signage, of course, your entrances after you get the tickets and your exits. Then you're gonna walk through here, and you're gonna have into like the main entrance plaza itself. Of course, on your right, you have two food trucks, one being coffee, one being frights, along with a conservation awareness board on our other side over here. We'll get over to this in a second. That'll be our first enclosures, backstage areas. Most of the enclosures actually have backstage areas, well, the ones I deemed suited needed them. Over here, of course, we got our American flag. Of course, going to add all 50 stars, but I did add as many as I could by making it too comically large. And a very good, nice flagpole. Oak Acres established in 1996. And walk down here a little bit. Of course, I think I got this piece over here in from the workshop. I stuck it onto the wall here. And you get into this quickly, this like small little keeper area, and staff area, just for privacy reasons, and of course for your amenities. Over here, you can see all of them have little rooms in them. Very, very spacious, very beautiful too. You can also see here, I just covered the entrances. You can just walk into your station. It also has this beautiful little waterfall here on the left, which you'll notice this is like a recurring thing. I use this a lot when it comes to on the build. I think I use it maybe twice, I think. I think I use it twice, yeah. So on our left, we are first enclosure slash attraction. I think we'll rather call it an attraction, let's say. That'll be our butterfly greenhouse. So as you can see, very, very... Oh, so like, wait, we're going to the building with the walk-in exhibits. It is so fun. It is so fun. I've actually got the idea. I wanted to originally do also a bat enclosure that's like in a cave. I want to do that at some point for one of my zoos. Maybe in Europe, I'll probably make like a bat enclosure. That'd be really cool. As you can see on the left here, you got some butterflies. I think you got a couple of monarchs and other species in here. The monarchs being the most popular ones, of course. I do love how they interact with all of the plants and stuff in the enclosure. It's very beautiful. You got yourself these hanging plant baskets. It is really, 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 really nice in here. Then of course you're gonna walk out, and over here you're gonna have your more like, again, you see before paneling, you'll see how this is paneling a lot. You're gonna walk over to here, and on your right be your Did You Know board with your Timberwolves. Of course, one my glass, and there they are, our little wolf pack. I do believe there's 4 or 5 of them here, one male and the rest will be females. As you can see, also you can see right there, that's the waterfall. You can see it's reused a lot in some of the builds. It is like minor changes every now and here and there. More or less, I made it this enclosure obviously after like a birch forest type of look. So we're quickly going to break the fourth wall in a second. We're going to walk into the enclosure, pretend as if they can't see me. Here they are. I think the rest, I'll show you guys in the back here in a second. I think most of them are here though. Here they are. I think that's the male. I think it is. Yes, the male. Over here is like this little cave. Now, originally, this actually when I built this cave, that actually gave me inspiration for the bat enclosure that I mentioned earlier. It's quaint. It's very quaint, but it does, for its job, it does really do it very nicely. They can actually walk on most of this grass too, which when it comes to like making foliage, it is sometimes a pain. Make sure it is actually navigable for the animals itself. And behind here, you can see some of the walls are walking because it's on this little grot, so you're going to walk through some of the plants, and here you go. This is where the backstage area is. It is quite simple, but I do like it a lot. Just a simple bedding. You just have a keeper hut, and of course a small little fence that I can't jump over. Simple but effective. Okay, and besides that, you also got your some signage here and your planters. Just some simple things to add to the environment of the zoo. And continuing on down this little street here, do mind that the deeper we go into the zoo, the more detailed it gets. So it might get some stutters every now and then, hopefully not. So at your second enclosure here, be the moose enclosure. As you can see, I think this is our last time you'll see this waterfall, I think. It's only that in the timber walls and the smaller area outside the butterflies that uses that waterfall. There's our moose habitat. And a beautiful male there too, a beautiful rack on his head. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So more or less, it's quite simple really, just a bunch of oak logs with chains to keep them in, along with a moat to make sure they just can't just jump out anyway. But I think they're just too large to even jump over this in any case. I'll quickly show you guys, just do mind the fourth wall break again. Again, very much just as like I consider like this to be like the birch area, like the birch forest type section of the zoo. Again, it's just so beautiful, this, isn't it? It is really beautiful, stunning. Of course, you got the male here, got everything. There's a little hideaway area here, and I'll get to that area in a second. There's a little meadow for the females. And that's really about this enclosure. I'm going to get to the next one. I'll show you guys the moose backstage in a second when we're done with this one. So this enclosure here doesn't really have any signage besides for the statues outside our bears, grizzly bears. So this is more or less what I first originally expected was to be like a massive arena type enclosure, which it is. There's both pathways go out completely up until a certain point around in a circular formation. And of course, you've got yourself a bunch of climbing equipment and a small river just running through the enclosure. I'll show you that in a second. So you've got this middle area here that just has your simple stuff, your toilets and some foodstuffs, and that's really it. The bears near there's only 2 bears, if I remember correctly. Yes, one male, one female, of course. I do that's the male. And it's quite difficult to tell them, I think. Is that the male? I think the male might be a little more brown. Both male and female are both here. Honestly, this is, I feel as I could have done more of this closure, but then again, the only thing this place that I specifically lacks, in my personal opinion, maybe, is just a backstage area. That's all it has right there. You can see that's all it has over there. That's nothing else. There is a small cave under this platform, just a small little cave that can go into the rest, and that's it. Presumably, I doubt bears that would need a backstage area, though. Who would, without the tranquilizing, of course. So you want to get yourself your just a bunch of climbing equipment, which they can all climb on. I've made sure they can. But it was a pain though to get all these wood logs in order and get like a nice little spiral thing. Of course, all the glass is one-way glass, so they can't, so that animals don't like stressed out or anything. And walk out over to here. And we're going to walk around now to the next section of the zoo. We're probably going to go quickly check out the mooses backstage, and then we'll head to the next section of the zoo, which I've dubbed the mountainous regions. Because you'll see in a second, well, that is also the mountain regions and more of the Great American Prairies, and we'll follow up to that in a second. So you're going to walk over to here. This is, of course, keepers only. And this is the backstage. Just simple cages in the back here, just in case with water troughs and stuff and food troughs. And walk all the way here into this little. There should be a gate so others can get it in. Got yourself a members a little nursery area here. Got yourself a small little area just in case. I've gone to the moose can't. I'm pretty sure it's thinking safe distance. I think this is pretty more realistic. The moose shouldn't be able to get up to about there. Or you just feed them with the hand or something if you wanted to. I do believe there actually is a feeding bucket around just somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Just take yourself an apple or something and go feed him. And that's more or less it because you can see just it literally ends where I just showed you over there. Over here. We could maybe add a little more foliage, but that's it really. Walk all the way over. Now, I do want to say like this entire area, and when it comes to building these zoos, I always now, since my previous zoo build with Suzuki Safari, I realized I really want to get more species into the parks, especially moving forward now, the more DLC that will be added sooner than later. Like I'm beginning to debate now whether I wanted to make an African zoo again or an Asian type zoo, like an Indian Asian, you know what I mean? Like a subcontinent type zoo, which I really want to do. With North America, they're currently on console. It's being recorded currently on the 8th of November, this video. We haven't got any extra animals aside for the launch DLCs for North America. So, about, I think, 15, 16 species in this park so far. They exclude the exhibit animals. So you're going to walk over to here, and this is what I call the little Florida Bayou area right here. As you can see, you've got yourself the American alligators over here. I think we've got about 6 or 7. You can easily tell which one of the male is because the female alligators, they're really, really, really small. Again, this game, when it comes to like dimorphism between animals, it's comically small, the females. It's again very much a simplistic type of build. You can see this. Very simple, but it does do its job for what it is. We're going to jump in if we can. And you can see these are like the females. Like, keep in mind, this is the females, right? So it's like a little bio section. Most of it just small little swampish trees. There's the male. Yep. Good lord, he's massive. Yeah, you can see in comparison to the females, you can clearly see which one's larger. I think there's also the case for the. I think the spectral caimans you can clearly see, or was it gharials? I'm not dead sure. I can't remember exactly now. But you can clearly tell, like any like crocodilian species or alligator species, you can clearly tell which ones are males and females. There is the backstage area over there, which we'll actually go walk into, shall we? It's like a small little mud bath area. This is also kind of a pain to get working because you must also understand that the animals struggle to get over rocks. So I made like this little steps area here. They can just walk into this, which works a lot better in my opinion. So this whole area, before we get to the backstage, is just surrounded by rock, just to cover the ugly backsides of the enclosure. But this works pretty well. Again, swampish enclosure, I like it, right? You know, it's very swampy. I do like it a lot. So over here, you get yourself a feeding tray. Animals currently enjoying their feed. And walk down, open this door, and get in here. Now, this will be the second. Well, again, the alligators may just sleep in here, right? But we decided to close the gate. We can't. Again, I don't understand. I don't know if that someone may make like a system where they can like pull and open these gates, like Jurassic World, but whatever, it's fine. We'll just pretend so you can clearly see like an actual, placement, everything of that thing, but it's fine. Got yourself, keeper logs, buckets for feeding. These should be a little bit more safer animals to feed, I think. If you just give them meat, keeper logs right over here, you can see your meat storage over here, and then just walk out into this area. Now I do for this specific piece right here. I didn't make this piece, this fountain area. I got this on the workshop. However, it works pretty well though for the zoo because it actually includes most of the animals in the zoo. Bison, cougars, alligators, and I think bears. I think that's a bear or panda. I think. Can't tell. Of course, we just added some extra animals though to fill out the roster that didn't have any. Also, timberwolves, as you can see here. So this is now the next area, of course, your American prairie area, your prairie regions, if you will. Immediately, again, greedy of a statue now, your key animals you just saw or will see in a second. You've got your American bison, timberwolves, and of course your grizzly bears. On our left will be 3 attractions you can visit real quick. We have an information stand, of course, with more conservation awareness, along with your extra Oak Acres information stands here. Maybe you want to buy yourself a hat or a walkthrough, a guide with headset if you wanted to buy that. Then on the left, we got yourself the Bear Grylls, Bear Grylls restaurants. And walk in here, more or less. Again, it's very simple, like more of like a little diner type design, except with no windows. I wanted to add windows, but I don't know. I kind of like this more indoor design. I think I just like this wood. So over here, you got these like little exhibits. We don't actually have a greenhouse. Well, a greenhouse isn't like a snake house or like reptile house. So this has to be our fill in for that. We got yourself some toads. I think only 2 of them are actually in here, if I remember correctly. Got your, I think, Mexican spiders. I think Mexican or something. I'm not dead sure. Mexican red knee tarantula. Yes. I don't think. Yeah, in this closure, I don't think you see it as well. I think is that one of them? Hopefully they don't get out. There's 8 of them in here, so I don't know. I don't see them, or I'm just blind. High chance. Second option. We'll make sure. No, they're in here. Have to be. Okay. Next up, we got our Gila monsters, of course. Now these guys, I really like the Gila monsters. The Gila monsters are so cool. The exhibit animals are all just so epic and so amazing. Also, I just love how they implemented them. I really do. I think I got 2 in here. Of course, male and female. The second one is here on my right. Of course, hiding behind this little tree. And then we got our giant desert hairy scorpions over here. I think they like to hang on the walls. I think. Let's see if I can see any of the scorpions. Here it is. Yeah, there's the male right there. I think. The second one hides to hide. Oh, there she is. Yeah, right. There's like this little cove thing she likes to hide in right over there. Yeah. And then of course you got yourself a couple stalls, of course, as needed in the restaurant. And that's it for this specific restaurant entirely. It's simplistic, but I do like the design. I wanted to add like a diner type restaurant, and of course this just came to mind immediately. Now, of course, on our right, we got. You can notice now that this is a specific type enclosure type design. You're going to see now continue a lot on expected for 2 and 3 enclosures. So we got our American bisons, which we have about 8 in here. Most of them I like to spend over the time other in the back area. Here you got another 2 of them coming out now. You can clearly tell which one's a male, I'm pretty sure. I think that's the female. That's the biggest female, if I remember correctly. The male... Where's the male, I wonder? Yeah, again, very simple enclosure. Got some like highlands type stuff here, or some more plains. Again, rocks guarding it, of course. And you can see around the trees, you got these like little supports along, just like stopping the animals from scratching or hurting themselves against trees, which I do hear that zoos do that sometimes when it comes to certain animals. And it makes sense like bison, maybe they can like get their horn caught on the trees branches or something. And over here you got yourself just a simple toy for the animals they play with, a feeding toy. I like the. I saw that. I think I saw the comments on like a video or somewhere. I'm not sure I saw this, but it's a cool little. I think it's like a little side thing to pull your eyes away from the main enclosure. Again, a small mud bath in the enclosure. Just again, I think just it adds a little more depth to the enclosure, and that's what I like about it. Got more of them coming out. We have two more coming out actually, ready for feeding. I think there's a feeding tray on the left. And besides the also got a little fence here. Again, more paneling, more type of darker brown moat, along with a waterfall, which is of course artificial, and a bunch of pine trees. And I walk around here now. Should I walk around over to here? Let's go on the left side here, I think, first to our raccoon. I think it's a raccoon walk area, I think. Or I'm not even going to go name of this place yet. More or less, I saw the site design actually from I think a bigger Planet Zoo YouTuber actually. Of course, I replicated it slightly. I think their video was like an enclosure, like instead of like something like this, except it was like a glass tube type design for Bengal tigers or like some sort of tigers, if I remember correctly. And I was like, okay, that's really cool. It's a cool concept, like letting your animals walk in between enclosures like this above guests. Like, once I couldn't get it now because it was too low, but I do want to do this thing in the future. I love this type of design for an enclosure. It really is really cool. Again, inside the enclosures, pretty simplistic. I think it's just some bedding in a tree, holding again, making it making it look like it's holding this thing up. The paneling, everything else was very simple. The walkway, building this walkway was really tough because these animals, I think like small animals are, it's like they're really picky when it comes to how they're, also like spacing too. Like since it's like such a small spacing, it's difficult for the game to register this as a walkway. And it's something just the keeper area is like right there. Again, I doubt any maintenance. It's just feeding time, put the food in there, and that's it. That's really not that difficult to manage, I don't believe. Over here in front of us, we got ourselves our skunk habitat. Our striped skunks, actually. Now, these guys are a lot more difficult to actually see. As we hop into our keeper and backstage area, got 3 of them in here. Got actually four of them in here. There's 8 in total. On I think the left side, there's usually 1 or 2 of them. Yeah, there you are. Okay. Again, it's a really quaint enclosure. I do like this enclosure a lot. I really do like it. It's really cute. I love it a lot. Especially like these like little trees. I loved. I think when I first built these in mind, I wanted to first build them for like the raccoon enclosures. Like this was maybe like a raccoon enclosure, and then so I decided to switch over to skunks, which I do think just is better in general. Of course, then you're gonna walk over to here on the counter area here. And you can see no one hides over here. Again, weird that I all like to be over there on the left side. They're on the right. And it's just a small little feeding tray and water. Basin, just that's all for them. Again, some stuff to use like simple hay and baskets. Again, maybe just even like a couple barrels and stuff you can just take in here. Not that intriguing of a design, but I do like it a lot. Now, coming up to our next enclosure on our little tour will be the Pronghorn Falls, the American pronghorn. Again, you can clearly see that the similar design with the bison, except we had to do something a little bit extra because clearly these guys, like the distance you can see, they can probably even jump this without this little mesh fence. So we decided to add this just in case. Of course, if they're making it like realistic, of course. Now again, birch trees, as I said before, along the trees, of course, got just all these little tree stands as protectors where you want to think they are. Only 1 male and about I think 7 females, if I remember correctly. There is a little path you can walk up there, and there's a small little piece of water they can drink from up there, which causes the water flow over here. I did try to add some verticality to these enclosures. I do generally build, one of my big issue when it comes to building, I do build very flat. But I do try my best when it comes to building some vertical things like this, you can see. Now, they do also have, both these enclosures both have backstage areas, which I'll get to in a second for you guys. So, now this area, again, is a gated off area, so don't expect, again, this area is not really detailed because you're not really meant to go here. I just added this just to make it look somewhat decent, as you can see. So this is our pronghorn enclosure right over here. There's also 2 wheelbarrows full of, you can either presume as a rock when it was first digging out, or whatever you think, maybe even some excrements from the animals. The fridges. Now this is okay. I did this only because I didn't know what to put in these fridges. It's very funny though, isn't it? Now I've got you got a bunch of food shelves and stuff. The animals got yourself a small little keeper hut. Of course, you got yourself a generator over here to power everything. Small little gate you can probably slide open if you wanted to maybe bring the animals out. Again, small little keeper gate too. Most of the females are in here. They just don't really care to come out a lot. It's a small area. Then of course you got yourself a feed trough. That's it. Again, it's very quaint. It's very. I like this like aesthetic of this specific enclosure. I like this little chain we made here. These two. Now, walking out, you're going to see the bison enclosure is, when it comes to its back stage, it isn't really detailed a lot. Just don't pay mind to which enclosure that one is. We'll see in a second. This enclosure isn't really that detailed. It does a job fine. I couldn't really think of anything for this backstage. Walk in here, and this is managed electrified fences, and that's really it. Ah, there's the male. I was wondering where it is. So yeah, they just like to stay in the back here a lot. So that's really it. It is smart though. I like this like little incline I built in this. Up there they go now. That's really it. Like really that is it. It is very bare bones, except for these 2 keeper huts and of course a staff room. But that's it. And originally I wanted to make a little road leading to like a ranger station or something. When this was first in the works, but then I just cut that completely. I realized I was running out of complexity meter space, so I didn't want to overdo it because I think we had like 70%. Like, look, I first really wanted to record this video with the trying to turn on the visitors. It just doesn't work. When the visitors show up, they caps at 4,000 visitors, right? And now when the game tries to render all that plus the details, it starts to chug. I'm pretty sure I crashed at least 4 or 5 times before I was like, okay, this can't work. So before moving to the next enclosure, you got yourself this little, again, a little small attraction you got over here. It's just a small little toy store. Of course, merchandise, memorabilia, whatever you want to call it. Houses most of our iconic animals actually in this. It works out like very well for this thing. For this little thing, you got yourself moose over there, you got yourself beaver, prairie dog, cougar. I don't think that there's a signage sign for wolves. No, there doesn't look to be. And we got some little plush toys. You want little plushies. Got yourself a couple caps, some puzzles, or those little memorabilia statues. Of course, you want those. Mugs, any mug, of course. Mugs are very important. And that's really it. Tote bags, of course, any bags you want over there. And that's really it. It's bare bones, but I do like it a lot. It isn't as detailed as I wanted it to be. Now, this is now a very interesting enclosure of how I built this. I originally wanted it to be like a barn, but then I think it was the DLC of the donkeys. I didn't get. It wasn't released in time before I bought this. I'm not sure which I think was the aired animal pack. Yeah, it was aired animal pack. Yeah, they had the donkeys, but I'll make a South African or something zoo for them in the future. I want to. It's originally meant to be like a type of like ranch type of enclosure type thing for the donkeys, and they just didn't arrive in time for me to do. So I converted it into something else, a multi-exhibit. So as you can see over here, got a bunch of moose. I think 4 moose actually. In fact, 4 moose, of course, and small little beavers, and the occasional raccoon every now and then. I did this mainly just because I liked the concept. Also, I had to add those. I wanted to add these like type of tree houses, and no other animal wanted to go on them, so the raccoons were the only option I had available to me. So it works. I really like this though. Again, small little vertical change like this really help a lot. I think the beavers though, I'd like to stand the first demo over here a lot more. Yeah, you can see some 2 or 3 of them in here. Small raccoon over there too, going to take a dip now, I think. Oh, the fourth beaver going to join now there in the pond. Now, speaking of this enclosure, you can see, again, the beavers over there, you can see. I'm just going to walk downstairs, shall we? And I'm going to give you guys a little tour of this enclosure. Again, the keeper slash backstage area, very simple stuff, isn't that detailed. However, I decided for this enclosure that I was going to do, it seems like more like this, maybe domesticated animals, these types of animals. You can just do maybe like add these like little type of cards. Maybe just add these little cards here. And again, like put food or something in them. That's my first thought. I was like, okay, we can maybe put like hay or something in these cards or something just to feed the animals, which I think worked perfectly fine. So walking down the enclosure, you're going to see now here, you're going to see a bunch of these like little rivers. Things you can make rivers in the game naturally, like this, look like this. So you have to use like sprinklers and stuff. And you're going to notice on any enclosure ahead now, you're going to see these things cause me like a lot of frame jumps and stuff, which I don't like a lot. So, but it has to be done just for the sake of things. A small little beaver dam over here, and that's kind of it for this enclosure. That's again, I think this is a very nice enclosure. I like this enclosure a lot. Maybe I'll maybe swap the trees out, maybe some more autumn leaved trees, but that's really it. That's my only gripe with this enclosure. That's it completely. On our left, when we go walk out over here again, similar thing with our two enclosures, the Pronghorn Falls and the Bison enclosure, can have a small little moat. Well, the river shows as a moat already, kind of. You see. And this enclosure is like again level, particularly around like the ground. It's like very much lowered down, which I do like. All right, so we finished up our American Plains region. We're heading over to the Prairie region now. Of course, more of again Prairie slash Mexican region, of course. And in this enclosure over here, we have 9 banded armadillos. I think yeah, 3, right? 1 male, 2 females. There's 2 of them now, actually. The third female usually sticks around over here somewhere, if I remember correctly. Can't find him exactly. We're going to walk out over to here on the back side, and the keeper area for this specific habitat is, again, it's slightly small, but it does do its job. Again, keeper logs over there, small door. Going to keep it locked in case you guys get out. A small little window to see into the enclosure is really nice too. Of course, one side so they can't see you. There they are. It's a little cute enclosure. I do like it. I'm gonna walk over to here now, and this is now our bigger enclosure of the two. This will be our prairie dog enclosure, actually. So, oh, here they all are. Hello, my babies. Hello. Oh, they're so cute. I might have added a little too many of them, I think. But why not? You can see all the little holes they dig. It was a little climbing gym for them to climb a little active they can also go into, I guess. Also like a little feeding area too, which I do think a feeding area will be mandated for this type of enclosure. I do like that a lot. And a more like natural type of roof they added. Oh, but it is just so cute. I love them so much. Alright, so next exhibit moving forward is our California sea lions. Well, we had to add a sea lion enclosure, and I want to do in future we have more aquatic species. I'm going to do a SeaWorld type zoo. I'm going to do a SeaWorld enclosure or like slash zoo. I want to do like more stuff with aquatic animals. It's just that it's again like a Jurassic World. It's really not again for now at least not like a lot of them. So we have to wait a little bit for them. I did add a little statue. You can see just commemorating one of the sea lions. A small little billboard with a couple of street lamps all along the way. When it comes to keeper area, this doesn't have a keeper area, just have a little walk-in enclosure type thing. So that's really it. But again, I doubt they'd need that. Anything else? Oh, but look at this. It is so beautiful. So originally, I got this inspiration from both these enclosures I actually got it from inspiration from my trip to Cape Town. If you guys know, I'm actually a South African. I traveled to Cape Town recently, and we went to the Two Oceans Aquarium in Cape Town. which is a massive, one of the biggest aquariums in South Africa. And a lot of these, like, I think it was a penguins enclosure I think I saw, had something very similar to this type of. You can see them like under the water, which I really like a lot. This is like a very cool type of view to see this. I really do like this a lot. It's so cool. I think it's like the concept just constantly like swim around, come across here. It's such an amazing thing. It is so amazing just watching them all swim around. Oh. Again, I want to do a SeaWorld type of zoo in future. I want to do it so badly. And you walk down again, you can see just little windows. It just works so perfectly. They don't really care for this side a lot. They do like the other side a lot more. You can see. Only coming next to the window, I see, and then immediately back out. So you're gonna go up these stairs, and up here is like more of like a deck area than anything else. Of course, in the guest chair, this will be a speaker area. You're gonna sit up here. You just be watching the animals. Now, for some reason, they don't really like to get on top of this specific rock face. I don't know why they don't. However, over there, they just love that the sunbathe. Is that? I think that's the male, isn't it? Yep, that's the male. You can clearly see. Ooh, and we're playing some nice, lo-fi beats I hear from one of these speakers. Oh yeah, nice. So you can see right now, I think it's only 2 there, I think, right now. Out of an enclosure of about 12. So actually, most of them do spend their time in the small cove all the way down deep in the water. They just go down there all the way and then back up again. Now, rounding about to our final enclosure, there's nothing much to this other sides here, just little walks and stuff. Of course, small little names for our sea lions. Very comical indeed. You can walk down over here, and I think this enclosure isn't really like obvious what it is immediately until you look at the signage, and it's just cougars, American cougars. That's all I had in me last before I ran out of ideas. Of course, you're gonna walk up the staircase here for a better view, of course, of the viewing gallery, and look at this. I think this is actually the largest enclosure in our zoo. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, buddy. Chill. There is the again with I think I can't tell with these two. I can tell which is male or female. Um, it is so beautiful, and you can see there. You can literally see this rushing down river. I mean, come on, Frontier. Just add this in the next Planet 2 game, please. I know Planet Coaster's out, right? Planet Coaster 2 is out right now, but I don't think this is in the game here for that. Please just add downriver, please. We just want this. That's all I need to complete my bills. I can't stand this constant jittering from the game. So there's oopsie. So going into viewing mode now, because upping off the ground a little bit now, you can see and go inside the enclosure. And honestly, I think it fits very well for this enclosure. Much again, Rocky Mountains comes to mind when I see this enclosure. I think that also again the inspiration. You can see just winding downhill river. Now there is a small little cave, not as detailed as the Timberwolves, but decent. And over here is our keeper area. Now, granted, do they need a keeper area? Are you gonna walk into the enclosure of 2 cougars? Are you? I don't think you do, but why not? For the sake of realism, let's just do that, okay? Of course, granted, I wouldn't do this without tranking them first, but you do you, I guess. And honestly, again, so to recap, if I were to choose a favorite enclosure for the zoo, it would have to either go to Pronghorn Falls or the Timberwolf enclosure. It has to. I almost say it's a Timberwolf enclosure just because how I think it is pretty detailed in comparison to the rest of the enclosures. I think The armadillos, I'd also say they're a pretty update too. But I think the main species like the timberwolves and the moose and the bears, they're really cool. I really like them a lot. It just, I love the zoo so much. Honestly, so for scale, here is your zoo. This is it. It's quite, honestly, I think it is slightly bigger than the Sega Safari. Not by much. I don't think if you count like width, not length, because length it's no brainer. However, I did decide for this specific zoo, since there's only about I think 19 species, of course you can count exhibit animals. Again, this all fits perfectly, and I didn't skip out anything here for this zoo. Again, only thing I skipped out on was this front area, and I will promise you guys I'm going to when I upload before I upload this I will add a little mountain area just in case anyone wants that for realism. But that's it. That is literally everything. I don't think there's like any if I were to like go back and change this in future. I don't think I would change anything besides my only gripe would be changing the bear enclosure, but that's it. Just adding a small little area in the back, but again, that's very very small. I think. So for a first proper sandbox zoo build, I'm quite impressed with this zoo. I really do like this a lot. Again, it took me around about, I wasn't playing full days. I was going through tests and, of course, a lot of traveling. So I didn't have a bunch of time to build, but I did spend around about 3 months, almost exact, building this enclosure, building this whole area, designing, of course, all the. I mean, there were like a bunch of concepts I was throwing around for the zoo in the beginning, bunch of concepts. Some of them did make to fruition, like the diner. Others completely fell flat on their face. But I do want to say, I think this is the best version, in my opinion. I think the other zoo type, like the small thing I wanted to change, either was I think changing the order of the animals, maybe like bigger to smallest or smallest to biggest. Because I don't know, you immediately stepping into the zoo and you have timberwolves, bears, and moose. I feel that's like really like the big three, and then the bison kind of save it, and then the raccoons kind of slow down on the pronghorn, and then the skunks, and then the beavers, and it's so it like drags on way too long maybe, and then you like do sea lions, and then your uh, cougars. So a little bit again. I don't know what could really else added besides. I'm not gonna. I was gonna think about adding like collared peccary, which is like a type of boar, pig type animal, feral pig. But I want to also build a South American zoo in future, so I'll keep some animals. I kept some of the animals just for South America and future zoos like Europe. I'm gonna do a poll on the channel for you guys to decide which zoo should do. Maybe I think we would poll between either Asia or Europe. I'll decide on the second zoo. I'm now gonna do an Asian zoo, and then either when it comes to Asian, it'll be like an Indian or it'll be just a general Asian type zoo for Asian animals, which I do want to do them in a Chinese or Japanese traditional type of architectural type of zoo, which I would like that a lot. I got a bunch of stuff already prepared for that. But I think that is it for this video. Now, for anyone curious about the secret thing, or like not really secret, but the thing I wanted to talk about at the end of this video, I want to thank you guys because I'm recording this video on the 8th of November. My channel is currently at 51 subscribers. I've been on 51 subscribers now for a little bit. I think about a week or so, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But I want to thank you guys so much, all my viewers, all my subscribers. You guys are such amazing viewers. You guys supported me on all the shorts. You guys supported me on the Red Dead Redemption playthrough. And originally, this channel was never meant to be a channel that I actually upload these videos. It was meant to be a archive channel of my like zoo builds. I wanted to make an archive. Just maybe in future, I look back on me like, oh yeah, this is cool. I should have done this, or there's like cool little things I wanted to add for myself for archives and stuff. And then of course that spiraled into me making edits and me making these playthroughs and me doing all these things. And granted, I'm going to start uploading more regular long form content for you guys. I'm gonna do it. I just want to get to my exams. I'm almost there, only like about 2 weeks left, and I'm gonna do it for you guys. I promise. And then after that, of course, expect more content. More again, daily shorts, or at least daily to at least twice, or 3, 4, 5 times a week. Expect that. You guys are all amazing. Thank you all so much for such a wonderful community you guys have made around this channel. I love you all, and If I don't see you tomorrow, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, folks.